Hello there. I am Joe Crawford of artlung.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target. That's what I'm about to do right now. Let's do it. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. We got some interesting shapes today. Wow. Yeah. Those are interesting shapes. So the little square nodules here definitely have the feel of elements, which means we may have quite a few elements to do. And then these guys also have a feel like that. So the question is, how few elements can we do this in? A fair amount. So except for the last row, I think we can do this on the body. Oh goodness. All right. So let's start making elements. Let's start making elements and see how far we get. I think that there's a lot of complicated ways to do this. I would like to do this simply. eh, let's find out what we need to do here to create at least the first and second element. Moving the margins onto the element. Okay, so we need a height. The height, this is 200 is too tall. Maybe it's 40 or 50. 40 could be right. And it looks like we've got border radius going on here. Probably 1 inch is going to be way too much. Oh, it might be right. That might work. It might be too much. All right, less margin on the side. Let's make it 50. 52. Oh, no, 1 inch is fine. All right, so that's thing number one. Thing number two is that background is green and is a linear gradient. So is there a way to create this shape with patterns and then reuse? So let's do a linear gradient, 90 degrees, and then transparent. 40 pixels, and then a var of this yellow, and then var. Am I overthinking it? Yeah, probably. Var of a C or a default. Okay, so we made one, and then we made a second one, the second one, and I think we do need a B attribute. We'll do that as a nice shorthand and to do isolation because there's not a lot of there's some reuse here. B, there it is, and then we're going to set the color. That color is, oh, and then it should be C, not B. Oh yeah, is that a bad idea? It might be a bad idea. Um, so what if we do two colors? Yeah, so that's a complete overthink. I'm going to get rid of this idea because that's a silly, silly, silly idea. Keep it simple is the watchword. And we need some more margin here. 20, 20, 120, 80, 70. Okay. So this guy, we're just going to put background, linear gradient, 90 degrees, green, 50 pixels, transparent, 0, and then X position is of 0, and then a width of 100 pixels or something. So that's how we get a repeating. This needs to be a little wider, 40, 50, 60. And then this needs to be slightly wider again, 20, 110. There it is. So that's that. And then the last one, there, this is a little trickier. So if we say, okay, we're only going to do this with backgrounds, then the background that we can do it with is have to be very complicated because we've got, it's just slightly tricky. It's tricky. Okay. So let's do background of, so right now we've got that default, right? Actually, you know what we could do? We could do a mask. So let's let's mask out part of this, and we'll do that with a linear gradient of 90 degrees, red, and then and that's going to be like 40 pixels, and then transparent, and that almost gets what we want. Put a 0 and then a width of 60 pixels, and that gets us close. But you see the little, you see the problem. We just got a little bit more of a problem. So I think to do this, we would need, oh, actually, could we use a, so I keep thinking that we need a box and then with a tiny bit of scallop, but what if we did a circular gradient on top of that? So how about a radial gradient? 1Q. And if we do one on the middle, so we want what? Red, 30 pixels, transparent. How about 20? I don't think that's working. How about 10? See that, so that almost works. But the issue is that it's superseded by the rest of it. So I'm going to comment out the rest of this. And see if we can get that shape. How about 20 pixels? 25. Yeah, it's just no good. That is just no good. So I don't want to do that. So rather than mask, I'm going to use a background. And I'm going to get rid of this radial gradient. I just want that. So now we actually got the red. Okay. Okay. So I think we're going to need, now we need 4. Is that right? 4 radial gradients to accomplish what I'm trying to do here. Okay. And those radial gradients are 1Q at 100%, 100%, comma, transparent in the middle, 40 pixels, 20 pixels, and then blue. And we need a comma. All right, so there's a circle. Oh boy. So it's probably more like 10 pixels, and we want to move it. Yeah, this is a super complicated way to do this. Out of 80. Okay, 80, 90, 100. 80, 70, and then up 10, 20, 30. Okay, so that actually gets my scalloping perfectly. And I want a no repeat on that, don't I? so so look at that. That's fun, super complicated. Yeah, we can't see it. Yeah. And because why can't we see that? Because it's not big enough. 20, 20. We'll put it right in the middle. 50%, 50%. Okay, so there's my little corner. And I guess we need it to be 10 by 10. Okay. And we need to move it to be, it really doesn't matter very much. Well, I mean, it matters a lot, but minus, so 0. There we go. So 0 is this first number. So I want it to be along the top, and I want it to be 40, 45, 46, 45, 44, 43, 44. 60 was correct, I think. And then can I have it repeat? So that's not what I want, is it? Oh, this is terrible. This is a big bummer. I think this is so difficult that this is just a bad idea. So you can see what I want to make is all of these round corners for these elements. But really, this is so extraordinarily difficult that it's just a bad use of my time. So instead, I just go like that and remove the C, and then I make another element. And what I would like then is for, actually, no, I do want C. And what I want is for this background to be, no, maybe I don't. Actually, I don't want it. A little frozen because I'm thinking through how to get all these shapes. I bet there's probably a simpler way to think about this. Apologies if I'm struggling more than usual. So I think, so I'm gonna go, all right, so let's make C this narrow guy. So the margins for C. Okay, so there's the margins. 70. 170. 70, 60. And then border radius. is 10 pixels, I believe, and 172. And then we can make two more of those by doing a color of blah and say box shadow inset 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 50 pixel 0, maybe 40 pixels 0, 50, 60, and then minus 60 pixels 0. So now we got that. So what does that get us? Does that help us with these final ones? I have to say, maybe not. So there's another one. Oh, and as a matter of fact, that's got a slightly different border radius on its edges, just for fun complexity. So we could cover it up with another element on top with a border that's transparent in the middle with a border. That's another possibility, but these shapes are just super specific. So I think what that means is we need a D and an E element. Okay, and then D, let's find D. Let's make them one at a time. It's really that simple. So I'm gonna say background red, and then what margins do I need to get him to come up? Okay, and then margin 0, 0, 0, 0. And we want the margin on the left to be what? Well, it'll be 52, I believe. Perfect. And the margin on the right, 200, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then this margin, I'm going to leave. Can I condense this at all? Because I need another one, right? That's the thing I'm thinking about. D plus D. D plus D. So that's the adjacency selector. So this will let me address the other one. And its margins are going to be the flip side of these. I could do a transform, but I prefer not to. So there's that one. So now I'm going to play with these margins a little bit. Okay. So now we're close. We have things in the right places. I think this number is wrong. Yeah, 292 is correct. All right. Ugh. So border radius is going to be 1 inch, 1 inch, 10 pixels, 10 pixels. No, 1 inch. Maybe it's 5 pixels. 5. Maybe it's 15. What is the number there? Is it 20? 25? 30? It's 30 pixels. Okay. And then this I'm going to rotate 180 degrees. And I think that's it. So that's a lot of moving parts. I don't see a way around this. Uh, so the okay, so what am I not thinking of? Oh, so border a border image, a border image with a gradient probably would be a nice solution here. I do these. I don't think that these radii intersect with what putting a circle around it and then have a square inside the circle. Like I just don't think you're going to get the same shape there. I think it's too specific. We got to 100%. That was a long video, 21 minutes. Definitely a fun puzzle, super fun puzzle. Highly recommend going at this one and trying your own way because I will. I'm sure this is the kind of puzzle that I will think about in when I'm asleep. Like I'll wake up and think, oh, try this because I'm sure there's obvious solutions that will come to me, and probably already came to you because you guys are just as smart as me. Um, it sure is fun to make web pages. I really enjoy it, and I mean that's what this is. This is some HTML code and super duper fun. Like, what's more fun than that? I really enjoyed that. Anyway, for those of you who just celebrate a holiday, good for you. Uh, Take care of yourself, take care of each other. It's certainly a hard world these days, but it's fun to make web pages. Go do fun stuff and be good to be good, be good, be good, be kind. Make the world better. It needs it. It needs you. All right, bye.